Good evening. Okay, now we will officially convene the regular meeting portion of the City of Newburgh IDA. For roll call, we have member Adam Pollock, we have our treasurer Marlon Ramos, we have vice chair Nancy Thomas, we have board member Mike Kelly, we have myself, we have executive director Cher Vickers, board member Gregory Nato, and our counselor at law Bob McLaughlin. I have here proof that meeting was properly noticed. Period. And I will take a vote to go into, I'll take a motion, sorry, to go into executive session and also invite our applicant to executive session with us.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Motion by Adam, second by Mike. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstaining? Motion carried. Okay. Motion was made to come out of executive session by Mike Kelly and seconded by Marlon Ramos, and all voted in favor. And only discussion was had, no decisions were made in executive session. We have a copy of the minutes of the November 15th meeting. Can I have a motion to, does anybody have any changes? Can I have a motion if nobody has any changes?
I'm sorry, let me interrupt. Some of the documents you were provided electronically, so you don't all have copies of the draft of the minutes, but I'm assuming that the documents that you don't have that we're mentioning, you've already reviewed as you've had them a week in advance. So,
Right.
yes.
All right, can I have a motion to approve those minutes? Thank you, Marlon. Second by Nancy. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, abstaining, motion carried. Report of the treasurer, Mr. Ramos.
All right. So this is for October and November's reports. So starting with the October reporting, so the opening balance is $310,506 with 24 cents. We paid out a total of $12,582 with 92. We received payments of $12,582 with 92 cents. Okay. We also made checks out for a total of $5,155 with 6 cents, ending the balance at $317 with 94, $317,934.10. The applicant funds staying the same at $14,137. So is the tenant account for $2,400, and the money market account increased by $61.68, going to $750,519 with 68 cents.
Thank you. Can I have a motion to approve the treasurer's report for, that was October, right?
Mm-hmm. So moved.
Thank you, Mike Kelly's motion. Can I have a second?
Second.
Second from Adam Pollock. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, abstaining, motion carried. November, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So starting the balance at $317,934 with 10 cents. We receive a total deposit of $14,710 with 68 cents. We paid out a total balance of $7,536 with 73 cents, closing out at $325,108 with 5 cents. The applications fund, the tenant account, and the money market account. The applications fund staying the same. The lesser tenant account staying the same. And the money market increased by. Oh wait, hold on. Just to confirm from last. It went from $750,519 with 68 cents to $750,645 with 11 cents. So, additional items from us. The audit committee met and we discussed policies, the investment policy, the policy governing the use of authority discretionary funds, the procurement policy, the property disposition policy, the recapture policy, the uniform tax exempt policy, the uniform criteria for evaluation of projects policy, and the property acquisition policy. So, basically, the only policy that we're still considering at this point is the UTEP, and the suggestion that we have from the committee is that we table this for a later date.
Yeah,
And
that's
every other policy we basically kept as is.
Understood. Let's, just because I forgot to ask for it, take a motion to approve the treasurer's report for November.
Second.
Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Mike. Seconded by Mike. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, motion carried. I need a motion for the approval of payment of bills as well.
So moved.
Thank you,
A
Mike.
second.
Thank you, Gregory. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstaining, motion carried. So should we do a motion to adopt the policies? I'm sorry, we're not updating any of them.
We're not updating
You're
any
not
of
recommending
them.
to update any of them, so we do a motion to adopt them for 2022 as is?
So the board
Be
did
adopted.
make recommendations to the policies that were submitted to the board, and I didn't receive any comment on them, but we have a resolution at the very end.
Oh,
That just
that
wraps
includes
up-
the governance committee ones too?
Yeah, it's going to
Oh, I got you.
wrap up
Okay.
everything in one.
Okay, so we'll do it then. Audit services, Marlon?
That's it.
So Marlon has a copy of the services for the audit for 2022. You can
Oh.
just let the board know how much it's going to cost
Yes,
this year.
thank you for that, Chair. Where is that? I had it separate, which I signed for you.
If you want, I can help you out.
Okay. So, yes, so BST, who we do the audit with, we came back with a pricing change from prior year. Where is the amount here?
Bottom of page 4.
Bottom of page 4. Okay, yeah. So we actually have a quote from them for 11,250. And
That's just for our information, we don't have to,
Yeah.
get to vote. Okay.
so that was the engagement letter.
In the resolution at the end.
Oh, it's included, no? Great, see that? I love it. Consolidation. Thank you, Mr. Treasurer. Chairman's report, no update for the CDAC, Development Committee. Our mission statement for 2022. I'll read our mission statement as it stands now. We talked about it, essentially Nancy and I as the governance committee, and we don't think it needs any updating. If anybody has any strong feelings, they can let me know. But the mission is to help attract and contribute to Newburgh's job opportunities, a diverse and net positive tax base to provide long-term economic prosperity and sustainability, and advance the general welfare and standard of living for the city and its residents through the promotion, development, encouragement, and assistance of industrial, manufacturing, warehousing, commercial, technology, tourism initiatives, and recreational facilities, utilizing green practices and adaptive reuse where available. I think that'll be included in the housekeeping resolution as well, right? The overall. For the governance committee, we review the agency bylaws, the anti-harassment policy, the board of directors' duties and responsibilities, the code of ethics, conflict of interest, internal control policy, and the whistleblower protection policy as well. We had some minor updates, didn't we?
We had, yeah, and the board was informed of all of those updates electronically.
Okay. Nancy, do you want to add anything to that? All right.
It was just a list of what was read.
Okay, so that's fine. Council's report, Mr. McLaughlin.
Thank you. So I'll just report on a few things. The Bill A795, which was passed by the legislature last year, that said that local IDAs have to charge the same fees as the county IDA, if there is such a thing, that was delivered to the governor last Friday. She has 10 days to sign. I think the date is the 29th. Assuming that's signed, we have 90 days, you have 90 days to adopt the Orange County IDA fee structure. So I'm assuming that'll be signed, so in January, I'll make sure that you guys have that fee structure. I'll email it around, and that's something that you will have to adopt by probably the end of March. The Foundry did close last week. Congratulations. You received your closing fee, so that's done. 104 Washington is projected to close in January, so you should have another fee for that. Adam reminded me about the EDC that I mentioned, I think, back in October. So EDC does have their local meeting in January up in Albany. So I'll make sure I email those dates to share so that you guys know, and I think the agenda will be out shortly. So, it's usually, even if you go up for it's usually one afternoon and then one morning. If you drive up the afternoon, it's probably worth it. If you drive up in the morning, it's probably still worth it, depending on what the agenda is. So I'll get that out to you guys. And it's a good way to see other IDA members and see what their concerns are, see what they're doing. And then the only other thing we did on 5 Scobie Drive is contact the attorneys because we want to start the process of amending the contract. We did not hear from them, so we did reach out to DEC because DEC was supposed to be out at the site in the fall to look at the wells. We have not heard back from them, which is fine. They're still on a part-time schedule. But the attorney's not getting back to us is a slight weirdness, so we'll follow up with them. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Executive Director's Report.
I just want to go over the dates for our board meeting in January and February. If everybody could just pull out a calendar. January 16th is Martin Luther King Day. And then February 21st is President's Day. And those months, we can't really meet on another Monday because City Council uses the other 2 Mondays of the month. So for January, I'm suggesting the 20th or the 26th, which happened to be a Thursday or a Wednesday. I don't know why I didn't suggest the 19th. It might be because there was something else on the city calendar. But that's what we're looking at for January.
I prefer the 26th.
I'm okay with either.
Everyone's okay with the 26th?
Fine.
Okay. And then for February, I'm suggesting the 16th or the 23rd, which are both Wednesdays. 16th is probably a little, well, no, it doesn't really matter. It's just, it gets a little hairy when the meetings are like 3 weeks apart versus 4 weeks apart, but either way, it's fine. Whatever works the most for everybody.
I'm fine with either.
Either?
16?
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, that's fine.
16th it is. Okay. And I also just want to mention that I polled all of the board members regarding your positions, if anybody wanted to challenge a position or change a position, and no, there has been no changes. So Austin will remain chair, Chrissy will
Do my best to
remain...
stay professional and not say some line from a movie about challenging me.
Well,
Challenge.
lack of a better word, I don't know.
You're my
But,
competitor now.
yeah, Chrissy will remain secretary, Marlon will remain treasurer, and Nancy will remain vice chair. And that's all I have.
Okay, thank you. What are you going to do? New business. So fee structure. Guess what we found out? Our fee schedule did not even contemplate projects in excess of $10 million, and the Foundry is in excess of $10 million. So, had we had provision for over $10 million in our fee structure, their fee that's paid to the agency would have been a heck of a lot more money, but we couldn't charge it. They paid a fee, but just essentially on the first 10 million of the project, because whatever. So we're going to fix it. And you should have this in your folder, right? And the under 10 million is just the same, right, as it was. It was just half of 1% of the total project cost for the first 10 million. And now we have added 1/3 of 1% for total project costs in excess of essentially $10 million, which is, typical of situations like this. It's sort of a declining scale or a regressive rate as the project gets more expensive. The rest of the fees are the same?
Everything's the same.
Okay.
that's in
And
the resolution.
this is also in the resolution. Cool. All right, and I think with that, we are ready to vote on the resolution. You have in your packets, but it's everything you see in the agenda here, approval and confirmation of the policies for next year, confirming our schedule for next year, appointment of executive director and staff. Welcome, Michelle. Thank you. Has everybody met Michelle, by the way? I just got an opportunity to mid public hearing. Thank you for helping us out. We really appreciate it. Absolutely, thank you. Appointment of the accounting firm for the audit, which Marlon went over. Reappointment of agency counsel and bond counsel. That's Whiteman, Osterman,
And
Hanneman. I know Bob's name. It's the important one, right? Appointment of bank and agency accounts. We're sticking with TD? Yeah, okay, that's fine.
RFP.
We're gonna have the conversations about changing that for next year.
Okay,
That's in the plans.
right. Good, next. And the fee structure, which we just talked about. So I will entertain a motion to adopt resolution number 2021-12-20-01, the last resolution we adopt this calendar year, of the content that I just talked about.
So moved.
Thank you, Mike. Do I have a second?
A second?
Thank you, Gregory. Roll call.
Austin Du Bois,
Yes.
Nancy Thomas. Yes. Christina Amato is absent. Marlon Ramos,
Yes.
Michael Kelly,
Yes.
Adam Pollock,
Yes.
and Gregory Nato.
Yes.
All in favor? All approved? Yes. Motion carried. Sorry, I'm thinking about the next motion, which will be a motion to adjourn, which anybody can make.
So moved.
Thank you, Mike. All in favor?
Yes.
Your feet.
Aye.
All opposed? You can hang out here if you want. I'm sorry, who made those motions in second?
Nancy second. Who
Mike,
first?
then Nancy.
Mike,
right?
then Nancy.